The TVWan News is proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.
Hello and thanks for joining us. This is TVWan News. In this edition, Christmas spirit shared with those in need, bushfire alert for Western Australia, and netball kicks off festive celebration in Galomarubu. 29,000 Revival Centres of Papua New Guinea church members marched through Wabek town last Thursday to open the 4th Highlands Regional Christmas Camp. More than 170 people were baptized during the 4-day camp, which will end tomorrow.
Wabek town residents breathed a sign of relief as the record of 29,000 members of the Revival Centres of Papua New Guinea Church marched through Enga's capital to begin the 4th Island Regional Christmas Camp. The revivalists also did a major cleanup of the town prior to the event. The event culminated in 172 people being baptized. The Christmas camp ends Monday, December 25th. More than 20 pastors preached the message of salvation based on the Bible scripture, Acts 2:38, which outlines the importance of receiving the Holy Spirit through baptism. PNG Southern Regional Pastor Anthony Tessamel encouraged every person to refrain from participating in troublesome activities that tarnish the name of the province and its people. Pastor Tessamel also said despite discouraging stories coming out of Enga province, including Wabek town, church members took on the challenge to spread the gospel of Jesus to the aggrieved and called for repentance from wrongdoings and start new life. Next year's PNG Christmas camp will be hosted in Jiwaka. Tracy Pa, TVWan News.
Chaplin Trading Limited, a company that operates under the name 7 Martin Kimbe, West New Britain Province, has brought joy and blessings to inmates at Lakiamata Prison and patients at the Provincial Health Authority for the second time, making this Christmas very special and emotional too. The officials at Lakiamata Prison expressed their gratitude for the company's kind gesture during this festive season, which recognized the residents of the prison, including the inmates and officers in charge. The gifts were highly appreciated. Detainee Paul Bob spoke on behalf of the inmates and expressed his gratitude for the act of kindness. He mentioned that most of them do not receive visitors, and the gesture meant a lot to them.
Blessing from that is not visit, but visit Blah. And come up blessing from Blah. Visit Blah, finish. Thank you, Blah, come. Blah, come up, assemble parents from Blah, local looking Blah, must like yes. And now Blah, come up parents from Blah, come up family from Blah now. If you say making Blah, so.
7 Mat branch manager Billy Paranos explained that the company's intention was to share the Christmas spirit of giving with the inmates and officers in charge.
Also, limit like lo present him this like gift long 7 months lo give him lo karabus one time la officers lo yeah because this how long osen talk long all the spirit of Christmas is osen and I give him long yung year ka so we plan understanding na you plan bahag lo so stop lo side na Bos belum plato, salin long. Sen mas give him or share him. Sampai ya mi plato kem diglig, but then give him diploma mas belum playa.
In addition to the Lakiamata prison, 7 Mat also visited Kimbe Provincial Hospital and presented staff and patients with gift bags. New Pogera Limited on Friday, December 22nd, announced the completion of the Pogera Project Commencement Agreement, signifying the start of New Pogera and the resumption of operations at the Pogera Gold Mine. The mine had been in care and maintenance since April 2020. NPL Chairman and Managing Director of Kumul Minerals, Sarimu Kanu, said over the coming weeks, NPL will be completing the commissioning so that mining and processing operations can restart in the first quarter of 2024.
The Pogera Project Commencement Agreement was completed on Friday, 22nd December. Chairman of New Pogera Limited and Managing Director of Kumul Minerals Holdings Limited, Sarimu Kanu, said this marks the start of New Pogera and the resumption of operations at the Pogera Gold Mine. KMHL holds a 36% interest in New Pogera on behalf of the state and the people of Papua New Guinea. The mine had been in care and maintenance since April 2020. The historic agreement for New Pogera, reached between the Marape government and leading global mining companies Barrick and Zijin Mining in April 2021, provides for greater ownership and economic benefits for PNG stakeholders while ensuring a fair return to the overseas investors. The mine will be operated by Barrick through Barrick New Guinea Limited. Pogera holds the potential to become one of the world's most profitable gold mines and will provide a platform to train and promote a generation of Pogera's human resource and that of Papua New Guinea. Kanu said over the coming weeks, NPL will be completing the commissioning so that mining and processing operations can restart in the first quarter of 2024. Salome Vincent, TVWan News.
The new radio station Nek Bilong Tumbe under the National Broadcasting Corporation was recently launched in Bans in the heart of North Wagi, Jiwaka Province. Prime Minister James Marape commissioned the new station with ICT Minister Timothy Masiu and Jiwaka Governor Simon Kaiwi. Masiu stated that it is a temporary location and staff were recruited from Mount Hagen and Simbu to initiate NBC Jiwaka. A permanent location for the station is still being discussed with the Jiwaka government. A 1 million kina pledge was made by the Prime Minister towards staff housing for NBC Jiwaka. The magical Belifu Canyon or Lamai Wara in New Ireland's West Coast Karanalik will be supported by the TVWan District Development Authority. TVWan MP and Minister for Treasury Ian Stuckey voiced his support after visiting the tourist hotspot made popular by local tour operator Karanas Comfort Tours.
New Ireland Province, or Bilas Peles, boasts natural splendor with translucent waters, untouched vegetation, and a rich tapestry of culture, both on the TVWan mainland and its numerous small islands. On the west coast of TVWan is the magical Belifu Canyon, made popular by local tour operator Karanas Comfort Tours. Following a recent visit to the tourist hotspot, member for TVWan and Minister for Treasury Ian Stuckey said Belifu Canyon will be supported by the TVWan District Development Authority. This will be part of the KDDA's efforts to protect its natural beauty but also allow for sustainable local income. Stuckey said one of the great joys of Christmas time is being able to celebrate the beauty of this saved world, a time to celebrate family, a time to celebrate our communities, a time to celebrate the beauty of our youth who will shape our country's future, and a time to celebrate the extraordinary beauty of our land. He said a clear example of this was traveling to the extraordinarily beautiful Belifu Canyon in TVWan district. The crystal clear icy cold waters, the soft sand, the towering stone walls, dwarfed by giant erema trees, all contribute to making one feel very much a part of nature. The TVWan MP then extended his Christmas greetings to his people, saying, "Let us celebrate the beauty that we are so lucky to possess and share." Kamala Guare, TVWan News.
PNG coffee exports will be boosted through the first loan granted under the Australia-funded revolving fund. A family-owned local coffee exporter called Kosem Limited is the first recipient of an Australian government-supported concessional loan received under the revolving fund facility, managed and operated by Women's Microbank Limited. Kosem Limited now has adequate funds to buy green coffee beans, benefiting more than 2,000 coffee farmers in Morbe-Wawarria district this month. The funds will provide a cost-effective value chain finance to agriculture SMEs to buy more agriculture exports from PNG. In regional news, after the break, bushfire alert out for Western Australia.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase easy paid units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
Enjoying life when we're working together, making happy memories that last forever. Hiding, talk, young or old, a scale race, family meal with home. We'll bring out the smiles cause it's our favorite from us. Tennessee Cola, scale rice, on scale price. Tennessee Cola, scale rice, on scale price. Amber, you like it?
More clean, more sweet. Flame natural white sugar. Make more.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo in milk taste and added nutrients, Milo in milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia. Find PNG made.
The Toyota JD Hi-Ace bus comes in 14 and 15-seater high-roof luxury model powered by 2.8 liters JD engine for optimal performance output, fuel efficiency and quietness, designed with improved safety features and easy maneuverability for tire steering angle. The Hi-Ace lift suspension and annular frame structure is opted for smooth ride, comfort and safety. Experience the ride on the Hi-Ace bus and experience the Hi-Ace pride. The bus that exceeds all expectation.
Welcome back. The number of Pacific Islanders working in the Pacific Labour Mobility Scheme has more than tripled in the last 3 years, with almost 40,000 long and short-term visa holders currently working in Australia. The scheme's expansion is part of the Australian government's bid to increase regional stability through economic and personal connections with the Pacific. However, reports of poor working conditions and exploitation have long plagued the program, which has prompted the government to tidy it up. In 2022, the government introduced several reforms guaranteeing minimum weekly take-home pay of $200 and 30 hours of work a week, while other recent legislation criminalized forms of migrant worker exploitation and increased penalties for non-compliance. Hot and dry conditions have again kept Western Australia fire crews on high alert as they deal with several bushfires across the state. A number of properties were lost or badly damaged in 2 fires, which threatened lives and homes on the outskirts of Perth.
My backyard to charred bushland. The fire came within metres of Ben Van Vierson's property in North Dandalup, south of Perth.
If that had taken, could have lost the tank.
He wasn't there, but his home was saved after a tradie turned on the sprinklers.
Scared and relieved at the same time because I got away with it, and hopefully it's 3 or 4 years before it can ever happen again. And I won't let it happen again because I'm going to put a big break around the house.
The bushfire tore through the countryside at more than 2 kilometres an hour at its peak on Friday. 2 unoccupied properties on a mine site were destroyed and many other homes were threatened.
Only a couple of metres away from those properties, and again it's the great work of the crews and perhaps a little bit of preparedness from those homeowners, as well as a little bit of luck that's probably saved the day.
Shane Rowley's family rushed in to save horses on nearby farms.
You do what you have to do. It's as simple as that. They're no heroes. They're just doing what everyone else was doing.
A separate fire in Parkerville destroyed 3 homes on Thursday. The threat is far from over, with hot conditions forecast over the next 2 days, and fire authorities again urging residents to make sure they have a bushfire plan in place. Keysbrook resident Sue Mead knew exactly what to do.
This is the set of sprinklers that I had on yesterday in case the fire changed. Come on, girls. Come on, darlings.
The former volunteer firefighter, who has lived in the area all her life, also has a firefighting unit with a tank and pump ready to go.
I would stay and defend because I've got 4 pet sheep that are my life. If it's ridiculous to stay, I'll go, but I'll try and take my pet sheep with me.
Not everyone is as prepared as Sue Mead, but authorities say taking a few minutes to review or create a plan could save lives in what is predicted to be a dangerous bushfire season.
An Iranian Revolutionary Guards commander says the Mediterranean Sea could be closed if the United States and its allies continue to commit crimes in Gaza. Iranian media has reported without explaining how that would happen. Iran, which backs Palestinian militant group Hamas in its war with Israel, accuses the United States of backing what it calls Israeli crimes in Gaza, where weeks of bombardment have killed thousands of people and driven most of the population from their homes. Yemen's Iran-aligned Houthi group has for the past month attacked merchant vessels sailing through the Red Sea in retaliation for Israel's assault on Gaza, leading some shipping companies to switch routes. Scientists at the Royal Melbourne Hospital say they are the first to successfully trial a revolutionary type 1 diabetes at-home test, and it says it holds the promise of a cheap and reliable way to test children for the chronic disease.
Prick and a few drops of blood is changing the world of diabetes.
The biggest problem with preventing type 1 diabetes is identifying the kids who are at risk.
100 Victorian children and young adults already tested for diabetes took part in a study using the finger prick test at home and sending it back to the hospital to test for type 1 diabetes antibodies. Victoria Pett has had the disease for 18 years and her daughters took part in the study.
Autoimmune conditions are so hard to detect, especially early on. They don't usually show up until you're full-blown symptoms.
While antibodies for type 1 diabetes can appear in children as young as 1, symptoms of the disease usually appear in adolescence.
The earlier you diagnose type 1 diabetes, the more pancreas function you have. If you wait, the immune system destroys the pancreas and it does not recover.
It's hoped early diagnosis using the test, coupled with immunotherapy, may save people from a lifetime of injecting insulin.
It's the last thing I want my kids to have.
A formal clinical trial will start in January and run for 2 years, with the expectation the FDA will approve it so that it can roll out as a national screening test for children.
When we return, some festive sports news in boxing and netball.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase easy pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
Hiya, Mama. You eat them, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Add your kakaro, get up and big smile on face. Time for kimchi and a great fumu too. Sip, sip, the mumu, yes, magic on you.
Maggi, the taste PNG loves.
Right across the nation, we eat snacks crackers. Emi trupla. All get a young planalapun, only like him snacks crackers. Only make him here, no PNG, one-time lay biscuit company. It's crunchy and tasty. It's irresistible.
He says the best Hunters players come from his region. So does she. But there's one thing that brings everyone together. SP Lager, Buniam Yumi.
Anyone can be Santa. Why can't a lady like me? I admit I'm underfed, but with a pillow from the bed, I could be Santa Claus. Oh, anyone can play Santa. I fantasized it a lot. With his hat upon my head and his suit of Christmas red, I could be Santa Claus.
Strong like you, smart like me. I hope they don't break. Now surely look his son. This is Relaxo. Strong plus thread. Should I try them on you?
No, please. I'll take them.
Relaxo. Very strong, lasts long.
Welcome back. Over 100 boxers from within Port Moresby and Central Province took to the ring for the final bouts of the junior boxing event organized by the NCD Amateur Boxing Association in Port Moresby. The junior finals showdown pulled together junior boxers as young as 8 years old who are coming from boxing clubs of Makeo, Kairuku, Porabara Village and NCD. The junior boxing began in February harnessing boxing techniques of young aspiring boxers with the aim of building young boxing talent at an early age. Team OMB from Porabara were the surprise pack in today's result, fighting tooth and nail to win first two bouts. Tournament director Junior Kaukoraka lauded the performance of all youngsters who committed their time throughout the year and are ending with the finals on December 23rd and 24th. While they lack corporate support and sponsorship, they've so far pulled through and will host presentations this evening. In most rural villages in Papua New Guinea, Christmas is celebrated with community sports. Galo Marubu village in Rigo Central Province, a one-day netball feast took place. 35 teams participated. The event included a cultural welcome ceremony for teams that came from Port Moresby.
Women and girls in the small community of Galomarubu village in Rigo District, Central Province, began their Christmas and New Year celebration with a one-day netball program on Saturday. Galomarubu locals residents in Port Moresby were invited to form teams and participate in a small yet very significant welcome ceremony for the families that came from the city. A traditional song and dance was displayed where oil was applied to the feet of the visiting teams. Games Committee member Margaret Manu said the match was a simple event of fun and socializing.
Customary welcome was involved. They welcomed us with the traditional dancing, and also they welcomed us by oiling our feet, which is really a big thing in our custom. So yeah, all we acknowledged was we brought them from Moresby rice bags, cartons of meat, chicken, sugar bales and stuff like that, 2 pigs for the village ladies.
Manu said this netball event is run annually. It is always hosted in the village. This year's event was a bit more significant. The village put together 19 teams while 16 teams came from Port Moresby. Tracy Sipa, TVWan Sports.
Meanwhile, Games Committee member Margaret Manu said netball matches usually are held without the involvement of customary activity. But this year it was different because the community was heavily involved in customary activities before they began their festive season sports.
We got invitation a week ago, and they've actually planned for this for months, and they're well prepared for it. They caught us by surprise, some of the things that they did, we did not expect. And in our acknowledgement speech I gave before the event started, I told them it was an emotional moment for us, and yeah, we acknowledged them.
And now the weather forecast for the next 24 hours. Regional forecast: southern isolated showers and thunderstorms with few areas of rain. Port Moresby partly cloudy with possible rain showers. Momase scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. Vanimo cloudy period with some showers and possible thunderstorms. New Guinea Islands scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. Kavieng partly cloudy with few showers. Buka partly cloudy with few showers. Highlands scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. Goroka and Kundiawa cloudy period with some rain showers and possible thunderstorms. And that ends another edition of TVWan News. Thanks for your company. Bye for now.
The TVWan News was proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.